Rams Seahawks kickoff. We're here for it. We're here to answer all your start bench questions for week number 16. We've got a lot to go over. Davante Adams is out. Puka Nakua's on. He's in the spotlight right now in a bad way. And we don't know what this will do to his mindset for the game. Will he have an amazing game? He should. Parkinson, the tight end, the really breakout tight end this year, does nothing but catch touchdowns and produce, is going to have a big day with Davante Adams out. Seahawks running stable. What's it look like? Is it stable? Is it easy to trust? Is Charbonnet your guy? Is K9 your guy? And JSN to the moon? Of course he's going to the moon. The question is, does he go past the moon and stop at Mars?
To Mars.
To Saturn?
To Jupiter.
The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Lots of news to go over. I see your super chats, and I appreciate your super chats. We've got, I think we have a $20 hauler up in this mug, too, from Onion dropping this one right here. I'm going to set this right here, Onion. I'm gonna jump over to your super chat as soon as I get through the news real quickly. Actually, let me just read this real quick. $20 hauler needs immediate attention, Onion, so let's do it live. Appreciate you. Need help. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex. I have Burrow locked in. Gibbs, Bucky, Hendy. I'm going Hendy and Gibbs as your two RBs. Your wide receivers, I'm going. Right now, you got to go Buka and Evans and Rice. You know, if Rice plays and he's not hampered, which he wouldn't be if he's deemed ready to go, I don't know that he'll play. I don't think he'll play. We'll have news on that in a second, but Rice is probably not playing. So Buka and Evans, and I'm going Parkinson by a hair. And then, of course, your flex play is a very good flex play, bro, in Bucky. So Gibbs and Hendy and Bucky. Now, Rico's hard to sit. Harvey's hard to sit, but I'm going to go Bucky, Gibbs, and Hendy. Chat, if you disagree, vote, but those are my studs. I'm going to start my studs walking into this game. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate you very much. That was a $20 hauler from Onion.
Super chat
Onion, thank you, pal, for dropping that. All right, let's get over to the rest of this news real quickly. We may or may not have time for phone calls. I'm not sure. A lot of news to go over today. A lot of news. Marvin Harrison Jr. is, let's start off. I'll just go from what I have in order. Heel was limited Thursday. It would be really nice to see him have a practice so we can know what to do, but expect him to be potentially available, but that's not someone you can count on necessarily. And he's hard to start anyway if you got, other options. Michael Wilson's better if you have both of them. Devon Achane ribs practice in full on Thursday. That's great news for those worrying about Devon Achane being ready for your Week 16 battle, but he does have a new quarterback. Will Ewers limit his reception capabilities? Is his upside in question? You can't sit Achane. It's not even a question. You come in with an Achane question, you're going to get sent on the biggest lap of your life. You're never sitting Achane, but will he be limited more so than normal? It's possible. It's hard to decide what to make of this QB situation until we see it at least once. So expect him to have a little bit lesser day, maybe at least, receiving. Joe Burrow knee practice in full on Thursday. They're not trying to weasel their way out of playing Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow. He is active and ready to go for week number 16. All right. I shouldn't say active. He's not playing today, but I'm just saying he is active in practice. He looks fine. He looks ready to go. So Joe Burrow, his mindset's in question, but doesn't matter. He's going to do it. I think this is a big game for Joe Burrow. I think mentally he's going to break through. Jaguars signed Jacoby Myers to a 3-year extension, $60 million deal through 2028. Congrats to Jacoby. That's fantastic for him. Jaguars see a lot in this kid. Davante Adams, as I mentioned, is ruled out with the hamstring for tonight's game. So you will not see Davante Adams out there. Puka Nacua should probably have a big day. Parkinson should probably have a big day. Blake Corum and Kyron Williams should probably have a big day. Now, this is a tough Seattle defense, but the Rams are a very unique team that I've said before and before and before. And every time I talk about it before that, that this is a team, the Rams, that are super hard to match up against, and they're not like a usual team where you say, oh, Seattle's good against the run, or oh, Seattle's good against the pass, or Seattle's good against. This is a team that's so hard to match up against because they're so dangerous across the board, from Adams to Puka. Even if Adams is out, you got Puka, you got Parkinson, you got two running backs, you got just an absolute, genius, a scheme artist in McVay, and then a great defense. This is a team that is almost impossible to game plan against, and all of the, oh, you can't play this team against that team goes out the window with the Rams. The Rams are just a unique monster with that. But does Puka Nacua, with all the drama right now surrounding Puka Nacua's live stream situation, where he went out and said he was going to do this touchdown dance for the wrong reasons, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. We're not going to get into it too detailed, but Puka Nacua made some mistakes, and he needs to stay off social media. He needs to stay off a lot of controversial live streams. Scattaboo and Puka Nacua need to kind of calm it down a little bit because they're a little bit crazy with this situation right now. It's not a good look for Puka. Puka's in a bad spot right now. Is he mentally prepared to bounce back? Will he struggle tonight with all the drama and turmoil going around Puka Nacua right now? People are so upset at him. Some people aren't. Some people are. It's madness. It's absolutely madness right now for Puka Nacua in his headspace. So we'll find out how he responds in tonight's game. RJ Harvey, look, there was a report today saying RJ Harvey was going to potentially be limited, and I told everyone on my Patreon when that report broke, don't just calm down with this stuff. People are wanting RJ Harvey to fail so badly. Even beat reporters on occasion will say, he avoided a very major injury, talking about his ribs as if it was a torn ACL. They're like, he avoided a catastrophic injury, and you might want to see, they might monitor him this week. And then I said, calm down again. People are throwing fuel on a fire. RJ Harvey, next report that came out about an hour later, maybe 40 minutes later, RJ Harvey ribs is practicing in full for week 16 against the Jaguars. Stop with the narratives. Everybody wanting this kid to fail. Why? I don't know, because they predicted him to fail. So people have agendas, even beat writers who had said, I don't know if he's going to reclaim the job, or I don't know if he's going to take the job from J.K. Dobbins. All these excuses people have to double down on their Donnie bad takes is driving a lot of the R.J. Harvey doubt, the Hendy doubt, the doubt even with Shedeur, even though Shedeur set up for failure. It's just constant with some of these people that report on this garbage. We have Davante. Woody Marks was not seen practicing on Thursday. Chubb is potentially capable of coming back in this game. We'll monitor the hell out of that. That will make Woody Marks a pretty tough play this week. Lamar Jackson illness resumed practice on Thursday. Lamar Jackson is a must start unless you have a couple different players that you shouldn't have, to debate between. Rashee Rice concussion will not practice on Thursday. Did not practice on Thursday by the time we're reporting on this. But I would not expect him to play. This is a very long shot situation for him and fantasy owners alike. And the only thing you can say logically that makes sense here is sit him. You don't have Mahomes. This guy is pushing it to play, could cause potentially further concussion sensibilities. Like you don't want Rashee Rice being more susceptibilities. You don't want Rashee Rice to be more susceptible to a concussion because you ran him out there just barely after the cutoff of the protocol. And the protocol it's not science. This is just a standard that the NFL put in place, that teams put in place, that's driven by money, a business driven by money, and getting players back on the field to try and avoid having the criticism and the legal ramifications of shoving a player quickly onto the field. They came up with the bare minimum of flair to shove onto this person and say, oh, he can play. He's got the bare minimum. He passed the protocol. The protocol is not an exact science. And concussion experts will tell you the protocol means nothing. It means nothing. You probably shouldn't play for weeks if you have a concussion. That is the honest truth about concussions. You should sit for weeks if you have. I'm not saying I want that. I'm just telling you that if you have nothing to play for, why not err on the side of caution? I know a lot of you have Rashee Rice. I got Rice in one of my best ball drafts, and I don't want him sitting. But if I'm trying to be objective here, why play him in a situation where the guy could literally create this steamrolling effect of recidivism that might be in store for him in the future because he came back 12 hours too early, 24 hours too early. The protocol is not science. The protocol is not correct. So hopefully we don't see Rashee Rice play, honestly, for his own long-term value. T. Higgins is just arrived with his helmet for the last minute of practice. This doesn't sound good. It's certainly a possibility he could play still. MT2, stop with the repetitive stuff on this, or you're going to end up getting kicked out of the stream. No one is happy with what everyone's not happy with what Puka said, but stop with it in the chat. That's just somebody's going to tell you one more time. Okay, Lamar Jackson, Rashee Rice. We got this. So T. Higgins, don't expect T. Higgins, but he has a shot. CeeDee Lamb illness was not seen practicing on Thursday. That is unfortunately something we got to monitor right now. But it's an illness, so it's not as big of a deal as. And Davante Adams is running out onto the field, which is nice to see for next week. To be honest with you. Like the fact that he's not like walking out gingerly, he actually jogged out onto the field, like a jog that most people, are unable and capable of doing at even 35 years of age. They say anybody over the age of 30, about 90%, I think the number is, never ever run again, never sprint again. And that's unhealthy. If you can't sprint at 30 plus years of age, you start to deteriorate. Your body starts to become less agile, and the more agile you are, the longer you'll probably live. Hey Kruger, what is that stat? Most people at the age of what never sprint again, and what's the percentage? Isn't it like 90%?
Yeah, absolutely, Smitty. So the stat you're thinking of is that most people basically stop sprinting altogether around the age of 30.
Percentage.
Sure. Let me jump right to the percentage. It's roughly around 90% of people.
90%. So anyway, I don't know why I got on that tangent. It's just interesting. But anyway, Davante Adams running out onto the field faster than the average 30-year-old will ever run again is what I'm trying to say. So that's good news for his prognosis for next week. I don't know that he'll play. A lot of it depends on the schedule, the standings, and all that though. But we'll certainly attack that. I got a lot of spam in here. I think Travis is hitting it. Thank you, Travis. Appreciate you. All right, almost done with the news. Then over to the super chats. Roma Dunze foot ruled out of week 16. That needs to happen. They need to look out for him. This is the one that hurts. I've got him on an underdog Best Ball Mania team where he's literally my best chance at a wide receiver 3. I got Yoshi Voss, and that's it. Because I got everyone else is injured as my wide receiver 3. This hit hard. Ankle ruled out week 16. Luther Burden. That hit hard. Devastating. DeAndre Swift groin is questionable for Chicago's week 16 game. Manungai might be a really, really strong play, or this could be fool's gold news for us, on that front. Ted McMillan, foot ankle, is practicing on Thursday. He's still injured though. So, tread lightly with your decisions that might, have a safer option. Kincaid knee did not practice on Thursday, trending in the wrong direction for sure to be out week 16. Dawson Knox would be a sneaky tight end play if you need a tight end. Josh Jacobs, this is creeping into the other side of 50-50 right now. Josh Jacobs' knee is questionable for Green Bay's week 16 game. I expected him to play up until now. Now I'm more like, even though it seems like it's other side of 50-50, I'm still very much thinking 50-50, but I'm not necessarily leaning one way or the other, but it certainly is a possibility he sits. Chest, shoulder, questionable is Christian Watson. Even if he played, he'd be a huge injury risk. The guy always goes out there and gets re-injured during games. Bijan Robinson, illness, practice in full. Don't expect him to miss any time. Bijan should have a huge week 16. And then the final news. Oh, actually, no, that's it because I got Marvin Harrison Jr. That news already. All right, let's hit these super chats one after the other. $20 haulers get immediate attention. And Verde, appreciate you dropping the $20 hauler, my guy. Boom, boom, boom.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Boom. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, my man. Come on. Why is my board all messed up? Full PPR league. Do I go Dart or Stafford? Stafford's the QB2 in fantasy, bro. Don't get cute. and also have Seahawks defense, but I'm going to sit them, keep crushing the content. Thank you. Chat, can we get a little vote real quickly? Thursday night game, it's worth asking, but personally, I'm not sitting the number 2 QB in fantasy. Like, no. Even with Adams down, I still start him, but you're not crazy to consider this given the Puka Nacua drama on top of the Adams being out, but I still think, Parkinson steps up, Kyron steps up, Corum steps up. I think they don't miss a beat, to be honest with you. Pick one, Bowers, Pitts, Parkinson. I go Parkinson. He's just safe right now with Adams out. He's just a really good play. 13-mile-per-hour winds tonight. A lot start K9 or Henry. I'm going Henry personally. Those winds will be fine, especially like sometimes that wind is not necessarily on the field, or it comes in gusts or it comes in waves and it doesn't come back until, it's just like at one moment someone probably measured that, but I'm not even sensing there's any wind complications whatsoever by what I'm seeing. So I'm looking right now. Just a little bit. I can see some things waving around just a little bit. Appreciate you, coach, but I'm going Henry. PPR, Jacobs or Kyron. I'm going to go Kyron because Jacobs is very questionable, but you have Wilson. Damn. I'm still going Kyron. Kyron keeps delivering. Without Adams, they might lean on him and not rest him as much as we think. Just because someone said we're resting him for the playoffs doesn't mean they're resting him every game up to the playoffs. They might have just been resting him a couple games. And Smitty, I set the playoff lineup. Trust yourself more than me. Let me help nudge you over the fence if you're on the fence. Don't let me pick you up on the fence and throw you over a side you didn't want to be on. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate the compliment, but just make sure you're starting what you believe. 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a super flex bye week. Lost Mahomes. Pickens, Rice, Buka. Well, right now we have to assume Rice is out. So right now it's Pickens, Buka, and then that's your 2 wide receivers. Your tight end would be Parkinson. He's a great play. And your flex for me after you're going Buka and Pickens, Rice is out, you're going Harvey. End of story. If for any reason Rice plays, then Rice Harvey's a dilemma, and Rice probably gets the lean, assuming there's no weird situation tied to it. But concussion shouldn't be. If you're playing, you're playing. It's not like he's going to play and be limited. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 2 flex. You're going Lamb. You're going Buka. Is that AJ Brown? I guess if that's AJ Brown, you're going Lamb and AJ Brown. You're going Kyron and you're going Harvey. So your 2 running. Then your flexes are going to be AJ Brown, Lamb. So you're going Buka, and probably if it's me, Tet, as long as he looks full go. Right now he's injured. He's practicing, but we need to get if he's off the injury report, then I probably go Tet for safety. Judkins after that for me. And then I'm going as far as your tight end situation, Fannin or Warren. I'm going Fannin. Fannin had 14 targets last week, bro. 14 targets last week. Thank you, Religion. Appreciate you very much. Currently starting Achane, Hendy, Rice. Rice is not going to play, most likely. Evans, McBride need a flex and any changes to the starters. So if and when Rice gets ruled out, you're going to probably put Tet in for him. If that's a flex play, I'd put Bucky in for him. In fact, I'd probably do that now. Just do that now. And if you got to move things around, I don't know. If you can't start, if that's not your flex play, and I think it is. I think you're fine. Your flex play would be Bucky anyway, so let's throw Bucky in there. So I guess I'm replacing Rice with Tet. Tet is safer than Judkins anyway if he's going to go. It's a pretty easy call. So Tet for Rice and Bucky's your flex. Pretty easy. I don't even hesitate on that. Bucky, I'm not worried about Bucky. I know people want to pretend Bucky's and then for the tight end, you can't sit McBride, bro. McBride's just not a negotiable thing. Drake May or, thank you for your super chats, Drake May or Jacoby Brissett. I'm going Drake May, but very, very close. Brissett needs and deserves a nod, like a look. Rank Loveland, Goddard, Schultz. I'm going to go probably Goddard, then Loveland with all the injuries to the wide receivers, but that could hamper the entire passing game. So I'm going to go Goddard first. Goddard, then Loveland. Waddle or Watson. Watson's banged up, bro. I'm going Waddle. I don't trust Watson to be healthy. I don't even think I'd feel bad if it ended up working out because you're just playing a risky game there. Would you be worried about Myers and Weather? Not really. Not really. It would depend on the options, of course, but not really. Smitty, I'm trying to time my Dynasty League. Okay. AJ Barner or Kincaid Knox. I'd probably say give me Kincaid Knox, and you're probably starting Knox. Knox is pretty decent when Kincaid's out, you know. But Barner's not bad, but it is a tough matchup. I don't know. Chat, vote Barner or Dawson Knox Kincaid. I'd probably go Dawson Knox Kincaid, which will ultimately be Knox because it looks like Kincaid's out. But Kyron T. Higgins if he plays, or Jawan. Well, you can't. You got to go Kyron because T. Higgins if he plays. Oh, I think this question's just Jawan. Goff, Burrow. Going Burrow. You're not crazy to go Goff, though. And then T. Higgins if he plays, or Jawan. Yeah, Jawan. So you put Jawan in if T. Higgins doesn't go. But I don't know what you're really asking here, because Kyron T. Higgins if he plays, like, it sounds like you're trying to ask me about Kyron T. You got to take Kyron right now. I wouldn't even hesitate. Don't even hesitate. Darnold or Ewers, Superflex, windy in Seattle. It's windy, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, bro. Doesn't feel like it. I'm looking at it right now. Ziggy, what's the wind on the field for the Rams game right now in Seattle? What's that wind looking like?
The wind at the Rams field is currently a gentle breeze coming in from the west at 2 miles per hour. Perfect for a cozy game day.
I don't think these guys know. I don't know why I even have them. What's the wind in Seattle? Never mind. Ziggy off. Ziggy off. You're done. You're done. Ziggy off. Turn off. Turn off. Darnold or Ewers Superflex? Darnold. No way I'm trusting. No way I'm trusting Ewers. Let's see here. How much time we got? We're still good. Full PPR. Loveland, Green Bay, or Parkinson. Parkinson. He's set up really nicely. Stafford, Cousins, or Bryce Young. Stafford. He's QB2, TM42. Why are you asking this question? And I appreciate your super chat. You know that. But why are you asking this question? Anything can happen too. I don't want to see you in here later going, Smitty told you why it's a good question. It's not a good question, though. Logic tells you it's not a good question. New Age Outlaw gifting a membership. JT, $20 hauler. JT, you here? I'm sorry about my Rumblers. Sometimes I get distracted, but I do come around. I'm sorry, bro. JT's got a super chat. $20 hauler. JT, appreciate you. New Age Outlaw gifting a membership. Gifting another membership. Let's see here. Where let's see, JT, you're still here? JT to the moon. New Age Outlaw to the moon. Landman's probably in here too. Landman Caps over on Rumble. 9-7 Trees, appreciate you on Rumble. All my people over on Rumble. We got 22 people over on Rumble. That's fantastic. I got my chat up now. I'm sorry about waiting. JT says, there he is. Thank you, my boy. I'm so sorry. I will get better about recognizing everything right away. I promise you. I promise you. Trust in me. Believe in me, bro. I'll do better. Smitty, Hebrew Hammer here. Glad we're back up and running. Yeah, we were down on Rumble last night because there were some issues, but 14-man half PPR. Dak, CD, Nico, Strange, Gibbs, ETN, Evans, T, JCM rolling with Evans over T. Absolutely. Even if healthy, yes. Unless Evans, ends up getting worse or something. This is the ship team. What about what is Gibbs' form? What is Gibbs' form? I don't know what that means, but Gibbs is going to go nuts. Okay, Gibbs rotates his games. We all know that. But he goes 3 TDs, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0. He's going to explode, and he's going to have a good game. As I've said all season, the Lions are like the Falcons. They have great games, and they have bad games. And they have great games, and they have bad games. What is Gibbs' formula? Well, the formula is going to be 2-3 TDs. That will be the formula. But as for this team right here, it's fantastic. If you, for any reason, you have a tight end option like Parkinson right now over Strange, I take it, but I do like Strange. I love ETN. I love this squad. JCM's hard to trust right now if, in fact, he's not the lone starter. And so we got to monitor that situation. Doesn't feel like he's going to be in the lineup by himself. So I don't know if you have another alternative there. Like Manungai potentially could come in as a crafty play if Swift doesn't play, but that's tough. We'll just have to play that JCM spot by ear based on what you may or may not have and what might be on the waivers. But you got everything under lock right now. That's perfectly fine. Stafford, Cousins, Bryce Young. Again, I don't know why TM42 is asking this question. Why do we have questions about Stafford? Cousins and Bryce Young? Like, Jacoby Myers could outscore JSN any given day. Any given day. Not likely, but any given day. But are we asking that question weekly because it's possible? Like, one day someone's going to come in and say, bro, Mooney or JSN? And I'm going to say, bro, why are you asking that question? Then Mooney's going to go out and have 65 yards. JSN's going to have 40, and they're going to come back and go, this is why I wanted to ask you, Smitty. But you can't play that game. Why are we asking? How is this even a question? Why is TM interrupting the response to my super chat, says JT Hebrew Hammer over in the corner here. He's a little upset at TM42. Technically, TM42 had the question up first, but the $20 hauler superseded or jumped in front of TM42's question. So in a sense, it is true. TM42, start your studs, bro. Start your studs. Do I have a single person in here that would contemplate sitting TM40 or contemplate what TM42 is contemplating here? Sitting Stafford for Cousins or Bryce Young? All right. TM42, I do appreciate your super chat. I ain't mad at you. I'm passionately answering the question so you know how strongly I feel. Flex Kyron or Tet. You're going Kyron. You don't even hesitate. Debo or Corum. I'd go Corum right now, especially with Adams out. You could regret it, but I'm going to go Corum. Do you like DJ Moore this week? I do. As long as he plays, I like him because guess what? Everybody else is down, bro, and they love the guy. Bowers or Parkinson? Parkinson safer. You know, you're not wrong for considering either side. Parkinson, Myers, Estime, or Michael Carter. I go Parkinson. Myers is pretty good. Yeah, Jacoby. Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe, but Parkinson for me. But Myers, chat. Myers or Parkinson? Myers or Parkinson? All right. Started Parkinson over Kelsey and Schultz. I probably would, but Kelsey's a pretty good play too. But then again, you know, it's tough to say. We got a thank you for the gifted memberships, New Age. You're the man, bro. Need two, please. Waddle, Jefferson, McMillan. I'm going to go Tet McMillan and Jefferson. I don't think if London plays, yes, I go London and probably Tet. If Tet's healthy, it's all contingent. Jason, we almost have to review all that once the news comes in. But yeah, I mean, ultimately London, I'll rank them London, Tet, Jefferson in that order. Need a tight end, Loveland, Warren, or Knox? I'd go Loveland with all the down wide receivers in Chicago. Stafford or Dak this week? Now, this one's tougher. Chat, everybody vote Dak or Stafford. Dak was winning this whenever we pulled it. But I do think Stafford being QB2 in fantasy is pretty important information. Stafford, Dak. I don't know. Let's see what the chat votes. But this is definitely a close one that gets a lot of close call. We got a $20 hauler here from John. John gets immediate attention. John, appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you.
You've just been...
This is my boy, John. Need help starting roster. Pick 1, May. Herbert, May. Pick 2, Henderson, and probably Judkins, honestly. Judkins or Hampton, guys. Vote Judkins or Hampton. Hampton or Judkins. We're getting a majority Dak votes on that quarterback question. I think because Seattle's such a tough D, and with Adams down with this dilemma, and I'm not saying TM42 should be benching him for Cousins or anything, but with this dilemma, you probably do go Dak attack. It's a little higher risk, but a lot more upside. Hampton or please vote Hampton or Judkins. You know, I probably lean Hampton because Judkins is so one-dimensional. It's not really his fault, but he is. And then pick 2, Diggs, Evans, Igbuka and Evans. I don't care that they play for the same team. I'm doing it live. And then my tight end play is Parkinson, and then pick anyone left over for the flex. That makes it easier for me then. And then I was swinging and say Judkins. That way I'm not torn on that one. Good team, bro. Diggs is a thought, but because he's playing for such big money. He catches like 3 or 4 passes, he gets $500K. Catches 10 more, he gets another $500K. Hits 1,000 yards, gets another $500K. So he's really trying to get those totals up. Start 3 in full PPR: Kyren, Bucky, Hendy. I'm going Hendy, Chase Brown, and probably Kyren. No. Chat. We'll go Kyren, Hendy, locked in. Final answer there. Are we going Bucky or Chase Brown? Bucky or Chase Brown? Please vote in the chat. Bucky or Chase Brown? It's so tough, bro. It's so tough. I don't know. That one's so... I'd probably go... I don't know. My Rumblers over here. Absolutely love my Rumblers. Bare Bones in the building. I'm so sorry I haven't given the Rumble chat as much of a attention up until this point in the stream. I'm sorry I waited a good 20 minutes. Fantasy can bring a bunch of fans of different teams together. That's right, Caps. Caps, appreciate you. We got a lot of good people up in here. 9 Trees, appreciate you being in the building. I was panicking like a Peter. Stafford is locked, says TM42. Did anybody say anything? Did anybody say anything other than Stafford in that vote, TM? I don't know if they did. BBQ, Rivers gets a full week of practice playing at home. San Francisco bad against tight ends. I'm starting Warren. I do like Warren a lot more this week than I did last week. TM or BBQ is 100% right. Like, everyone assuming we're just going to get a rinse and repeat on last week's performances across the board. Like, Rivers had very little time. Like, he'll be double as good. The accuracy will be double. Everything's going to be, enhanced. I was panicking like a Peter, says TM. I already got that one. Thank you, TM. Appreciate you. Tight end Loveland or Warren or Parkinson. I'm going to go Parkinson by a hair. I just think he's going to get a lot of volume. But you're not wrong to be wavering on that or choose a different one just because I said that. 1 PPR sit, 1 Kyren, Harvey, Buka, AJB, or Jacoby. I probably sit Jacoby. Those are your studs. You start your studs. I like Jacoby, but you start your studs. Should I start Parkinson, Bowers, or Fannin? Parkinson by a hair, but I think it's a really close call. Anyone could outscore the other. Thank you, Joe. Why do I have like duplicates here? I feel like I got duplicates here. Start Purdy versus the Colts or T-Law. I'm going to go Purdy. It's safer. I have Pitts, Pitts and Ferguson with Pitts questionable. Should I pick up Parkinson? I'd rather start Parkinson tonight than those options, given all the questions around that. Smitty, need 4. Flowers, Sutton, DJ Moore. Thank you, Caps. Let's see, DJ Moore fan. And DJ Moore should be good. I mean, assuming he plays, but DJ Moore, Flowers, Sutton, and Fannin for me. PPR one wide receiver and 2 flexes tonight. Stroud or Stafford. Again, Caps, this is the same thing as TM's question. Like, Stafford, I know it's a tough defense, but he's QB2. It's not like those options are crazy. I mean, could Stroud outscore Stafford with this matchup? Maybe, but I just can't sit him. Rumble, rant, reminder. Thank you again, New Age, for letting me know about that. I'm sorry I didn't see it until the last second. Smitty, Knicks, or Purdy? I'm going to go probably Purdy for safety, Knicks for high risk, high reward. Just because Purdy's got such a safe matchup, Knicks is a little bit more of a risky play, but more ceiling. He scored 4 TDs, last week. Pick 2, Vidal, Monty, Carter. Probably Monty and Carter for safety, Vidal, Carter for a little bit higher upside, but a little bit more risk. Corum, Franklin, Pierce, questionable marks. I'm going to go Corum. Corum's always a solid play. Buka or Pickens? I'm going Pickens, although I like both of them. Rumble reminder, thanks again for that. I think I got some duplicates here. Gino is playing. Start Parkinson over Bowers. I would. I don't know. If your gut tells you that Bowers is going to have that game, I'm starting. I love starting both of them. I'm not against starting Bowers. Let me make it abundantly clear. If you got Bowers, he's a fantastic play just because he's Bowers every game. Matchup be damned. Quarterback situation. It is better to have Geno because he'll probably get the ball more. Doesn't mean Geno's good. I would say that Parkinson safer, Bowers higher risk, but much higher reward. So go Bowers if you need some huge points. Myers or Jefferson, I'm going to go Jefferson. I'm not sitting JJ, even though it's an arguable thing. Tyler Warren or Darren Waller. I'm going to go Tyler Warren to what BBQ said. I think they connect more Rivers and Warren this week. Igbuka or Estime, come on. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I appreciate your super chat, though. I do. Loveland, Warren, or Parkinson. I go Parkinson by a hair. Marv practicing last few days. Michael Wilson still startable. Is he startable, bro? He's a high-end wide receiver, too, at least. Start Carter, Ibuka, DJ Moore. Probably DJ Moore is safer with all the down wide receivers in Chicago. But I do love Ibuka still, and I try and get both of them in my lineup. That's for sure. Flex, Rico, Dowdle, or Blake Corum. Rico. Like Blake, though. Chargers are ramping up Hampton usage. More touches this week, probably. Yeah. They still like Vidal, but Hampton's their future. Like, they're going to play him. They're easing him back. Vidal's so good in pass protection. Estime, Reed, or London if he's limited. I probably would still play London if he played. If I heard he's going to be a decoy, then that'd be different. Baker, Mayfield, Darnold, or Burrow. I'm going Burrow. Darnold. Going Burrow. Big fan from South Africa. Kyron, Hendy, Bucky, Flex 2. Probably Hendy and Kyron, but very, very close. And thank you. Appreciate you. But very, very close. Trust your gut. I'm forcing an answer that's that close. Sitting Bucky or Kyron, like it's nearly impossible. The only thing you'd say is like based on last game is the only evidence you have to say, okay, let's go with the hotter hands right now. But that could shift. Smitty, do I start Cousins, Dart, or Sanders? You probably got to go Dart, I think. I think so. Pick 2, Coker, Waddle, Michael Wilson, Sills. I would go Waddle and Michael Wilson, and then I guess I go, Waddle, Michael Wilson. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you. All right, hold on. I got to get through these before. JT with a $10 hauler over on Rumble. JT, appreciate you very much. Yeah, man, let me throw this on screen right now. JT, appreciate you. I'm going to answer these in order in which they're received up until kick. I mean, I'll keep going after kickoff, but just understand that. Gibbs been my favorite player since Bama. How do you think Campbell is going to use him? Seems like he is all in, and then he then overthinks it. This guy just needs to move or make the entire look. The thing I'll say, Heber Hammer, is he has 0 TDs, 3 TDs, 0 TDs, 3 TDs, 0 TDs, 3. Like if you go look at it, I mean it's constant Atlanta Falcons stuff. I've said this for months that they play like the Falcons. Great one day, then not good. Like Penix Jr. would ball out and then he'd be trash. And that's the way the Lions have been playing, especially with Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs is on, off. This is his on game. I think they use the hell out of him. I think they give him the ball all night long. Appreciate you, Smitty. Thursday Night Football makes me panic. Rainy, windy, and tough Seattle defense. Parkinson or Warren? Warren might be safer, but I'm going to go Parkinson given the dynamic in the receiving situation, my boy. You know, I just think he's probably in for a good day. But it's Thursday Night Football. You're not crazy to say I don't want to have anything to do with Thursday Night Football. Do you start Jason Myers or look for a different kicker available? I kind of like Little. I'd say a little bit more. A little bit more. Yes, sir. Mark Cleveland in the building. Is Shakir droppable? Tough schedule left. Would you play Zacchaeus? I don't like either one of those. I'd rather have Shakir just because the way Josh Allen can turn him into a stud at any moment. Yeah, I love Gibbs too, bro. Gibbs is going to be amazing. Pick one, Fannin, Parkinson, or Juwan Johnson. Probably Fannin is safer. He had 14 targets, 7 receptions last week, I think it was. But Parkinson's the guy I play this week. I just think he's going to get fed. Need to choose between Schultz and Parkinson for tight end. I go Parkinson, Godwin, Pittman at wide receiver. Probably Pittman for now, but I think we addressed that one a little bit later. But that's a very, very tough call. All right, these are all the super chats that for sure came in before, like in time to get answered. So hopefully I get to the rest that come in. And then I'll put Sunbeams is right here. I'm completely caught up on screen right now before kickoff happens. So hopefully I get to everybody else's that drop it. Smitty, the lineup this week: Hurts, CMC, Marv, Fannin, with Marv and Christian Watson questionable. Do I start Shaheed tonight? Probably. I wish you had a better option. I don't like that option though, but it's not bad. It's not horrible, but yeah, you probably do need. I don't know. You know what? If you can wait if the waiver wire has a couple other options, I'd rather wait. But I don't know. Yo, Smitty, are you using Sharps tonight? I am. It depends. 14-team league, probably. Yeah. I have Mark, Slayton, Estime, Debo. I would definitely put him in over those guys. Yeah, that would be a good play. But anything can happen. I'm not saying you, Rick, at all. People would blame me, but I don't have a crystal ball for Charbonnet's usage. No one does. It's always going to be sporadic, but I definitely think he's a good play. Going down with the ship that is Bowers, I don't blame you. If I've got Bowers, it's really hard for me to sit him. I do have a league where I have Fannin and a couple options. I think I have Parkinson starting in 2 or 3 or 4 leagues. And then I do have a league where I have Bowers and Parkinson, and I'm starting Bowers in that one league because I have so many other shares of Parkinson. So context matters, and Bowers is so good. You know, I almost amend all my Parkinson Bowers questions. Like, I almost want to say, you know what? Bowers is a stud, and you just got to bank on him. But I like Parkinson tonight. Thursday night weather, you know, Adams going down seems like it'll be good for Parkinson, but it could also throw the whole offense off. I don't know. I'm going to amend my statement. Parkinson's an amazing play. Everyone I said Parkinson, keep it. I love him. He's a great play tonight. But Bowers, Parkinson, maybe I would say any question I've said I've wavered on, I'm going to lock in Bowers. I'm like this. Sunbeams is right. Going down with the ship. That's the way I feel. And I've got him in a league and I'm starting him. Going up against JSM Puka, okay, I need upside. I like it. I'm down with it. And I agree with it. PPR, Dart or Knicks. Going to go Knicks. Coming off a 4 TD game. Defense, Seattle or Buffalo. Probably, I don't know, chat Buffalo or Seattle. This week's tough. I'd probably say Buffalo, Seattle. Buffalo, Seattle. Buffalo, Seattle. Man, I hate to say Seattle because I'm not predicting bad things for the Rams. You know, Seattle's a tough defense. They could keep it low scoring, but do I think they're going to score a bunch of points? I don't know. I'd probably say Buffalo just because the matchup is good. It's in Cleveland, but I don't care. And then 2 running backs, okay, or Buffalo, okay, 2 running backs, Kyron, Hendy, Harvey. You got to go Kyron and Hendy, in my opinion. 2 wide receivers. We're going to go Jamar Chase and probably Evans right now, and then McBride. And then who to flex? I mean, Kittle ain't a bad flex, but so Evans, Chase, so you could go Kittle or Harvey. I'd probably go Kittle for safety, Harvey for high risk, high reward if you're needing a big swing and you just can't, you can't envision winning without some sort of wild, situation. Sean, Matt Stafford or Dak? Dak, probably Dak. Also Reed or Watson. That's going to be game time. I can't give you that answer right now, Watson, because Watson's banged up. Thank you, Bare Bones. Appreciate you. Thank you, Niner, or 97 Trees. Appreciate you. Dart or Burrow? I'm going Burrow. Burrow. Anything can happen, though. Trust your gut. We have BBQ. BBQ, I am so sorry. And TM42, not seeing this until now. BBQ and TM42, you guys both still here? I know BBQ's still here. 20 gifted memberships for BBQ, continuing the 9th day of BBQ Miss. TM42 dropping 5 gifted memberships. Both of you, amazing.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Can't thank you enough for dropping those gifted memberships. You guys are absolutely unreal. Celebratory messages, 18-month membership from Michael Payne. Appreciate you, 18-month. Kelsey or Loveland or Schultz. Probably Loveland with the down wide receivers. And then 1-month membership question from Wander. Full PPR. Dowdle or Olave or Wilson. Wilson's safe. He's been steady. I'd say Wilson if you need safety. Dowdle's higher risk for sure. Like, he could leave you hanging, but he's probably a touch higher upside. But go with what you need based on that. TM42 and BBQ, thank you very much again. Guys, thank TM42 and BBQ for dropping those 25 combined gifted memberships. BBQ's been doing what he calls the 12 days of BBQ miss, where he drops gifted memberships and super chats for 12 straight days. So, Melvin said Dak, Brissett, or Burrow. Brissett safer. He's been consistent. Dak is probably the pick I would make, I guess, with a little higher risk, higher reward. Alex Cruz, where you been, bro? Is that you? I saw Tet got on a full practice. Should I go Sutton or Tet? I'd go Tet right now. But we need to see about tomorrow, okay? And glad to we'll have to have you call in, bro. Alex Cruz. Is that the Alex Cruz? Thank you for your membership, BBQ, says Gavin. Gonna go Parkinson. Thank you, chat, says Mike. Mike Parkinson's pretty hard to sit tonight, unless you got Bowers and McBride. And, you know, he's pretty damn good. I mean, he's a pretty good play. Simi Valley in the building. $5 super chat. Thank you, Simi. Hey, Smitty, for Work League, who do I start at flex? Parkinson, Carter, or Worthy? You know, Worthy's intriguing with Rice probably out. I don't know. That's a tough one. He's been banged up too, though. Parkinson, safe and steady. Worthy's your high risk 2 points or 22-point play. I might go Worthy. I don't know. Also appreciate the Kyron advice, ordering a jersey if he goes off. Thank you, Simi Valley. Appreciate you. We got a $50 hauler from Flea Nice. Nearly everybody's pretty.
$50.
Boy, Flea Nice coming in strong. 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex. Burrow, okay, Burrow. Hendy, Harvey are your 2 RBs. Your 2 wide receivers are going to be Jamar Chase and Buka. Adams is out. Your 1 tight end is going to be Fannin. Your 1 flex is going to be, so you got Harvey, Hendy. Your 1 flex has to be, geez, I don't know. Sharps, I guess, tonight. Bill's intriguing, but like the situation could change. Damn, it sucks with Adams out. So Chase Ibuka, Hendy, Harvey, Woody's been banged up, and Chubb could be back. I don't trust that situation. I just go Sharps. I think you have to. And defense, you Texans D, okay. Yeah, I'm not sitting Texans D. Who do I start week 16? There you go. And thank you, pal, for dropping that. I appreciate you very much, my boy. Dicker the kicker, fire him up. This is a good squad. Hopefully you got Adams back next week. The good news is Adams jogged very nicely. Not like barely, like creeping along. He like jogged onto the field, bro. So, you know, he's not dressed or anything, but that's pretty solid. $20 hauler from G Money. Where you been, G Money? Parkinson, Goddard. I probably lean Goddard by a hair. I like Parkinson a lot tonight, though, bro. Chat, vote. I need 10 votes for G Money, who dropped a $20 hauler. Quickly, Parkinson or Goddard? I lean Goddard. Parkinson or Goddard? Please vote. 10 votes. We need 10 right now. We need to help G Money out immediately. This game is about to kick off. I need to decide what food I want to get. Do I want to get a Lou Malnati's pizza? Maybe. I think I do. Let's call Lou Malnati's right now. Lou Malnati's pizza. Let's do it. Let's do it. What location am I calling here? Yeah, there it is. Let's dial it up. It's so hard to get in this parking lot, though. I hate this little parking lot. Parkinson, Goddard, Parkinson. BBQ had to double check your brisket pick. Goddard, Parkinson, Goddard, Parkinson, Goddard, Parkinson, Parkinson. Yes, can I order a pizza to be picked up? Yeah. Yeah, right away would be great. Pepperoni, medium. Yeah, deep dish. Cut would be great. That's it. When I come in would be great. Well, actually, if I come in, it'll probably be quick. Or if I do it now, it'll probably be quicker, right? All right, that's all right. I'll do it when I come in. It's fine. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Lou Malnati used to be kind of a sponsor of the channel. They closed the location near me, but this is one of the best pizzas in pizza in me, Smitty. What's your Cash App? Cash App is we'll see if he's serious. I'll be checking. I'll let you guys know if he does this. Cash App. Email me right now at smitty@thefantasyfootballshow.com. I'll send it to you, bro. If you truly want my Cash App right now. All right. Kyren Williams getting work early on. 13:41 left to play. 3rd and 1. I was ordering a pizza and I missed the play-by-play here. Puka Nacua, 4th and 1, doesn't connect on that. G Money, who'd you go with, G Money? Like I said, I would go Goddard, but I don't know if the chat swayed you into going Parkinson. 4th and 1, looks like they're gonna go for this. Stafford leans down and says, "Boys, this is for all the marbles. Let's hand this ball off to Kyren Williams and get this first down, son." Or they're going to have Puka just turn around. I don't know. We'll see. Kyren Williams, Puka in motion, hand off to Kyren. Kyren gets the first down like the beast that he is. Kyren doing it live. Doing it live. Where's my Kyren?
He's Kyren. He's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyren. He can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
They're feeding him. I'm sorry, Travis, I see the phone line. Phone lines are open if you guys want to dial in. I'm not going to put the number up. If you have the number, you have the number. Kyren's eating. 8-yard carry right there like it's nothing. But he's not explosive, Smitty. According to the data in Excel sheets, Kyren Williams is an explosive player. He's just not explosive. He doesn't have it. He can't. If he doesn't have massive volume, he's just not good. He's not explosive. Even though he's literally one of the most successful running backs in the last decade. Like, no one has touchdowns that Kyren has, but a couple running backs. Ooh, he twisted around. I always hate when a running back spins when someone's got their legs wrapped up, because that can be an ACL tear like nothing. Kyren gonna eat tonight. Change the channel. What are you talking about, Jose? Joe? Change what channel? Kyren's been fantastic. Here's the phone line. Go ahead and call back in, Travis, or whoever called in. Johnny, you're live.
Kyren's been fantastic. Hey, you gonna go easy on me this week or what, Smitty?
I don't even know what league you're talking about, bro. I probably haven't set.
We're going head to head on the Patreon league.
Oh, hopefully I set my lineup. I can't. I can't. Bro, I can't even get to anything. I got to cut my leagues down. All I do is just hope. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I gotta get the lineup right. Harvey.
Yeah, you gotta get Tootin out of there. Oh no, he's on the bench. Yeah, you look pretty all right over there. I think you set your lineup.
Let's see, Patreon league. You said.
Yeah.
Patreon league. I got Stafford, Henry, Trey Henderson, Pickens, Devontae Smith, Fannin, Debo, ETN, Adams on the bench. Thank God. Like that's kind of thing. That's the kind of thing I'll leave in. I'll just be like, I didn't set my lineup, but it's Thursday. I'll check it after. And it's not that I'm a bad owner. It's just with what I do for a living, I don't have time for any of that. Like I've even thought about before, having one league, doing all the best ball that I do and everything, but having is there a possibility of me having one league? Would it change some of my opinions? Would it change some of my advice? It would be fun to try 1 year to have everything on one league. When I play in 17 leagues and I don't say no to a follower league here, and I don't the last thing, I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, but in a league where it doesn't matter if I win or lose it or something, it's a follower league where I want a follower to win it because they'll get a prize or whatever. I'm not racing to that league if I've got to get breaking news out or something. So I'm the worst at that. I don't think I have anybody that can go in. The only person I might swap out would be Emmanuel Wilson for Debo if Emmanuel Wilson starts. Or no, I could put Genty in for Debo. I don't trust Debo. I'm going to put Genty.
For me, I think one league is crazy talk. It's just so important to be in at least three.
True, but for me, it's I can't, G-Money, who'd you go with? I didn't see your response. Did you go Parkinson or Goddard? Did anybody see what G-Money did? All right, what do you got, Johnny? And then I got to roll. Thank you.
That was it, Smitty. All right, man. Take care.
All right, Johnny, you got anything else? Nothing?
No, that was it. Have a good one, man. Good luck.
All right, call him tonight, bro. Call him tonight.
Will do.
Later. All right, Travis, you're live.
So I have Fannin, and I want to pick up Loveland, and actually I want to play Loveland this week because I think the targets are just going to be, plenty for him. My dilemma is who to drop. I could wait for Rice to be ruled out, but I don't want to risk losing Loveland. Besides that, my only options are I'm either dropping Fannin, which I don't think I want to do, or Judkins or Buka. Or Dowdle.
So drop. Map it out for me one more time.
So I want to add Loveland and play him this week.
Yeah.
Because Odunze and Burden are out.
Yep.
Fannin is my normal tight end, so I don't want to drop Fannin.
Okay.
I want to play him next week if I make it. So the options for me to drop are I either wait for Rice to get ruled out, which runs a risk of missing Loveland, or I drop Judkins, Ibuka, or Dowell.
Yeah. I just play Fannin because the problem is you're giving an opponent that player. I like Loveland, and I don't want you to make the mistake of not playing Loveland and he has 2 touchdowns and you're pissed off at yourself for not trusting your gut. You need to trust your gut on Loveland because Loveland's a good play. But so is Fannin.
And Fannin has one of the worst matchups for tight ends.
I get it, yeah.
Right
if anything, I'm dropping Fannin versus dropping Dowdle and I hate to do that, but that's the only thing I would do, and I don't want to.
I just wasn't sure about Judkins, just because, he could have a blow-up game, but, is he going to kill me? I don't even know if my opponent will pick him.
Well, so if he did, though, and your opponent...
Yeah,
I don't know. If I'd say look at your opponents, the ones that you're competing with. If they've all got better running backs than Judkins, then you could be instilling a Trojan horse that goes into their lineup, and then they sit somebody they shouldn't because they're excited they picked up Judkins, and then you beat them. But I don't know that I would much rather give someone Fannin because of the limitations of Cleveland's offense. As much as I love Fannin, there are some limitations of what he can possibly do this year.
Right.
But his future is bright. So I'm a little bit skeptical of counting on the world for Fannin in the next 2 weeks, even though I love him. He's very solid play. But that's not going to crush you. Dowdle, Judkins, those guys could have 110 yards and a touchdown against you or something. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I personally,
maybe I do just wait for Rice to get ruled out.
Yeah, I would definitely wait. I'm not. There's no way I'm sitting or I'm that worried about Fannin being my starter. I'm fine with it.
And because it's Yahoo, once I do that, I can leave Rice in there forever and still edit my lineup. I just can't pick anyone up. But I can just leave Rice in the IR spot all year if I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Darnold on the run tosses that ball to Barner. It's a good 7-8 yard pickup. All right, Travis, anything else? Call in tonight, though. We'll be back for the wrap-up show.
Yeah. Yep, I'll call in tonight. Thanks,
All right, later, bro. Bye. All right, guys, we're out of here for now. Appreciate all the super chats. Let me go over to Rumble real quick and see what Rumble's doing. Our Rumblers. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, Lou Malinati's is the pizza I ordered. I got to go pick it up right now. Here's the link to Rumble if you guys want to subscribe and follow me over on Rumble. We will have Rumble exclusive shows that have nothing to do with the main show. Like, it's not taking away anything. It's just extra. There's the Rumble link right there. Please hit that link and subscribe to the Rumble channel. Don't forget we have the Dynasty channel. We'll be doing a Dynasty show tonight. Here's the link to the Dynasty channel. And then the last link I want to throw up is the link to the Patreon, which is my 24/7 365 live chat group right here. That's my live chat, 24/7 365. We're in there during the entirety of games. Kenneth Walker catching a massive reception, taking it almost to the house, down to the 5-yard line. Anybody that started K9 is pumped right now. That is a massive, 50-yard reception by K9? Unbelievable. There's about a 45-yard, there's about 45, 46-yard reception by K9. Darnold fakes the handoff to K9, then tosses the ball to him. It was a nice little screenish play, and Walker just rumbling and stumbling all the way to the end. Looks really elite when he's running the ball. Walker's one of the more underrated players in the National Football League. Problem is he can't stay healthy. Now Charbonnet's in there to take and steal his touchdown. Darnold hands the ball off, but not to Sharbs. What a catch. Big play by Walker. Problem is Walker, if he doesn't get touchdowns, though, it's like Henry. Henry has like 5 huge runs. It's like, oh my God, Henry's blowing up today. Henry ends with 110 yards. That's 11 points. It's like that's sometimes how K9, he's so efficient, doing so well, and at the end of the day, he's got 9 points. And it's like, damn, Sharps is in there to get 6 right now. 6.5. If he gets the carry, runs it into the end zone. Charbonnet touchdown, doing it live. So Walker does what Walker does. Sharps outscores him in this one play. That's just kind of the nature of it. Congrats to everybody that started Sharps, as we said, on the recommendation of the channel to start the Charbonnator. The Charbonnator doing it live, doing it well. Let's see if we can find the good old Charbonnet. We've got it here somewhere. Let me see. Zach Charbonnet. Where's our bubbly? First of all, we haven't played this in a while, and it's long overdue for that reception.
Kenneth Skywalker. Kenneth Lightsaber swinging Skywalker.
Get Charbonnet. Pop open a nice bottle of Charbonnet.
All right. So Charbonnet doing his thing. Congrats to anybody that had the boy in the lineup. Fantastic touchdown run. That was a great touchdown run. G Money, again, appreciate your super chat. Everybody, please get on over to my live chat Patreon, 24/7 365 live chat group. You guys will not be disappointed over there. I'll drop the link one more time. This is the link to my 24/7 live chat Patreon. Blue 32! Blue 32!
We interrupt this program.
Hut! See you all for the wrap-up show. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Live whenever Big News breaks. Code Smitty on UnderdogFantasy.com. Download the app using the link that's in the description and pinned in the live chat. And then again, join the 24/7, 365 live Patreon group right here's that link. See you all for the wrap-up show.